things, and it's going to be our communities that are impacted. We have a lot of our community that do not have proper internet or laptops or Chromebooks or etc., and they're not compatible. If they're not compatible to the system, your child is not going to be able to tune in appropriately to get the lesson. When we're talking about online learning, if you as parents are at work, if you have young children and you have opted for the online learning, who is home with your child while you're at work? If they're going to do the half-day learning, same component for our high school students, we know that that's the age group in which most high school children will get in problems. We knew when we were 13, 14, 15, we weren't studying the books, right? So now when you're really going to be home halfway throughout the day, with no one really monitoring you because it's a half day, what type of learning is really taking place? So parents, the other conversation that you need to have with your children, especially if high school, let's really talk about the birds and bees. Let's really have the sexual education conversations, because when you have idle hands and idle time, a lot of different things can take place, and we don't want to fall into the traps and the pitfalls of what is happening within our system. We're not going to allow that to continue. The other aspect we want to make sure is to hold your board accountable, whether you're TDSB, you're a Catholic board, or whichever the case is. Definitely hold them accountable to make sure that your children, whatever the learning for the curriculum that is supposed to be delivered, is delivered appropriately. Make sure it's online. If they do not have it online, make sure you have a handout. If the child learns from a visual learner, if it's an auditory learner, a tactile learner, make sure you have a clear understanding how your child learns, because this is going to be very tenuous for all of our children and for the educators that are within the system. I ask all of you and I challenge all of you, stay on point. Bring your friends out, bring family out, because right now this is the biggest thing to say, everybody stay away, COVID, don't really get close. That's how ignorance can seep through. We all got to stay on point, know our knowledge, let's read up, let's ask the questions. And we as educators that are your family members or your friends, reach out to us so that we can appropriately give you the information you need and let us be able to advocate on your behalf. Because it does, as Jennifer has said, we're a collective. If we're going to stand as if I'm better than you or you're better than I, who are we elevating? That's how people pick off people. Let's start really working as a collective, as we're seeing what's happening even greater in the States. People are getting shot down and killed. But don't be fooled. In Canada, we have the other issue. We're more subtle in the sense, though. But when you're continually stopped, continually asked for ID, continually denied certain works, continually denied promotions, continually denied other factors, that plays on your mental state. That plays on your psyche. That stays on your ability to say that you can do well. The other aspect, too, is please, get rid of this nonsense that we like to talk about meritocracy. It's one of the devils. They like to tell us that if you only work hard, you will succeed. Well, we're in a racist system that is predicated on anti-black racism. You've gone and you've got not 1 degree, 2 degrees, a master's, a PhD, and you still can't get a job. So don't tell me about meritocracy that if I only work hard. Then you tell me that I should also be then docile, or I should be timid, or I should be passive in my speech and the way in which I approach you. That's nonsense. Because if you approach me with aggression, then I'm not going to come to you with passivity. I too am going to be aggressive because I know who I am and what my means are. So we also don't want to sit there and push around our children and make our children become victims, because you become prey and you become victims when you're not informed and when you're not knowledgeable. So ensure that we make ourselves primed with knowledge and the key direction as to what we're going to do. Together as a collective, we will work together. Together as a police officer here working as, we're all here as a team. Nobody's greater than the other. We're all intellectual beings who have different type of professional stature, which we all went for, but we can work together as one. In solidarity, everybody, no justice, no peace. Walk safe.